Now that we've moved everything over using FM Robot, it's time to go in and do some cleanup work. And so I'm going to now talk a little bit about using Inspector. Inspector is a program which is sold through Beeswax Data Tools, the company that I'm associated with, and they have a wonderful program in that it will allow you to search through a solution and find all kinds of things that you may want to find. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of this tutorial that there is a free tutorial available on lynda.com. Again, I would recommend that you go do that. It takes a little less than an hour to do, and that'll get you up to speed on the basics of using Inspector. What I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going to show you one use of it, and I'm going to look at the home page in Inspector first. What I did is I created a solution in Inspector called Informative People, and then I did an import of the database design report, which I took from the original multi-file FileMaker set that I generated in FileMaker Pro Advanced. I generated a DDR that encompassed all of the files and tables that are used in that solution. And then I imported that database design report using the summary report rather than the individual file reports. And Inspector then draws from the others as needed, and it gathers all of the information that it needs so that you can then use it to find things. So this one was actually done several days ago, and as you can see, I've done some additional ones at different stages along the process, but the one that we're going to look at is the original, and that way we can find out the answer to a particular question we have, which is about the relationship graph that was used here. So when we go back to our original solution, and this is not the original one, but the consolidated solution that we just completed in the last steps, we do have some of the relationships in here, some of the table occurrences that still need to have their sort properties properly set up. And so in order to do that, the best way to accomplish that is using Inspector. So what we're going to do in Inspector is we're going to tell it to search all of the databases in the Informative People solution, and I told it to set up a search like this. Down here I told it that I was interested in doing a search on join sorts, and when I selected that, it gave me in this column here a list of common search types that most people would use. I told it that I want to search on the sort type in the join sorts, and then in this field up here I entered ascending and then clicked the add button. Then I typed descending and clicked the add button, and then I clicked custom and clicked the add button. And then I changed the search requests down here from and to or on each of these, so that basically what we're doing is we're saying find any sorts that are either ascending, descending, or custom in this solution. And up here I told it to use all of the tables in or all of the databases in the solution. And I also selected down here this hot link option so that I can click on the results that it gives me, and it will then give me more information.